Hello and welcome along to the Etch Play weekly live show. It's Thursday, the 24th of June, and it's 4 p.m, which means it's time for all the latest games industry news, views, and opinion from your friends in the Etch Play team. My name is Adam Burt, and I'm your host for today's episode. We've got a whole host of stuff coming up today, you can see there in the schedule, so we're going to talk through all the latest industry news in just a second. Then today's pre-recorded segment is A Way Out, which is a game about a kind of prison escape, which we're going to take a little look at. And then later on today, Ben Gammon's joining the show to talk about all the best E3 and Summer Game Fest trailers. So we've crunched some numbers, figured out what the best trailers are, and we're going to tell you all about them and what we think and whether they're any good. So let's get on with it, shall we? Hello, Joe. Welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you for having me. That was an awkward silence I had to sit in. You could have introduced me first. But no, yeah, thanks for having me. I feel like it's been a long time since I've been here.
It's taking my sweet time before I introduced you, just making you sweat.
Who's that boy sat in the corner? Oh, it's Joe.
Shout out in the chat to Experimental Space. Thanks for tuning in. If you'd like a shout out, make sure you say hi in the chat and we will let you know that we appreciate you, because we do appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in and choosing to spend your Thursday afternoon with us. What shall we do first? I guess I should figure out how to turn off the things that I don't want to show so that we can go straight into the news. Should we start with some news?
We should start with some news.
Cool, let's do it then. First up, news-wise, we're talking about the saga that never ends. It's Cyberpunk 2077. The troubled sci-fi adventure was taken off the PlayStation Store in December 2020 due to serious technical issues, and now it's back. So it's returned to the PlayStation Store. However, it does now come with a warning from Sony, I guess, or maybe from CD Projekt Red. I'm not sure who penned this message on the PlayStation Store, but it says purchase for use on PlayStation 4 systems is not recommended, which is quite something to write on your storefront page. So people out in the wild on Twitter have downloaded this patch and talked about it. So the reports are that the NPC and traffic density is reduced dramatically, so there's a lot less characters and cars in the world when you're wandering around, that it does result in much better performance across all of the PlayStation consoles. So, I mean, good news in a sense for CD Projekt to get it back in stores and to maybe put this horrible time to bed where they've not been able to make any money off the PlayStation at all. But it sounds like it's a fair few compromises to get there. What do you reckon, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised that it even got took off the store to begin with, but it's good to see it back. It's good to see they've actually put in work and got it back on there, even just to get it, apparently a more reliable state of actually being able to play the game, because I think it was crashing a few systems when it first came out, but now that it's there, people can actually play it. It's got much better performance than on launch. It's good. The warning is a bit iffy. I don't know, like you said, if that's a CDPR thing or if it is a PlayStation Sony thing, but at least there is a warning now saying,
yeah.
Hey,
and it's worth noting there is no official PlayStation 5 version. So if you can play it as a PlayStation 4 game, you can play it on a PlayStation 5 for better performance.
Oh.
But it's not actually a PlayStation 5 version. It's not a next-gen upgrade version or anything. It's the PlayStation 4 version. Just requires the PlayStation 5 to run effectively.
I didn't know that. I thought it came out for both, and then it was like one of the cross-platform ones where you buy it once and you can play it anywhere.
It's forward compatible, backward whatever compatible it is.
Yeah.
And they are talking about releasing a next-gen patch, and the same is true on the Xbox. So there's no Cyberpunk Xbox Series X version either. You're only playing the Xbox version on an upgraded machine.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully it'll get even better when those patches come out. Hello in the chat to Emma Bud, thanks for tuning in, we appreciate your time. What's next in the news? We're talking about Outriders, let's talk about this. So Square Enix are the publisher of Outriders, and you may remember this game launched on Game Pass on day one, so directly when it came out, straight onto Game Pass on April 1st, and was actually free to play across multiple platforms briefly, I believe. But Game Pass has been the primary driver for the player count, I guess, and Square Enix have now said during their company's full year briefing, and this is a direct quote from Yosuke Matsuda, that the Outriders IP has gotten off to a good start, not only with player numbers, but with sales too. So it's a common topic of discussion is, is Game Pass good for your game? And we think anecdotally it is in almost every case. But people often wonder whether it cannibalizes your sales to offer your game for free to so many subscribers. And it seems like that's not been the case with Outriders, and that it's just a net positive effect for them in both categories. So good news for them, and good news for Game Pass as a candidate for financial viability, I suppose. What do you reckon, Joe?
Yeah, I think I agree. It's good to actually see some actual proof that maybe starting on Game Pass is a good way to get your name and your brand out there. I know quite a lot of people in my social circle, at least, kind of use it to demo a game, and then they're like, yeah, I like this, I'll just buy the thing. So I don't have to worry about keeping my subscription up or anything like that. They can just keep playing it. So it's good to actually see, some concrete numbers behind Game Pass actually being good for games as a whole, not just Microsoft's bottom line.
Yes, and obviously the rumour is that Microsoft sinks a lot of money into Game Pass at the minute, and maybe it's a slight loss leader for them in terms of the payouts they're giving to publishers. But it sounds like it is hopefully financially viable for the long term, and that we're not going to get bitten at some point, because that's the fear, I guess. If everyone subscribes to Game Pass, Microsoft turns around and says, it's 40 quid a month now. Like, oh man, that's 4 times as much as I wanted to pay for it. But yeah, so far so good. So we'll keep a close eye on that one. Joe, how do you feel about Dead Space?
The first 2 were good. The third one was a little bit iffy.
Okay. Well, this could be good news for you, because reportedly, and this is a rumour, we're engaging with the rumour mill here this week, reportedly EA Motive, who are famous for the Star Wars Squadrons game which came out recently, is working on the revival of an established fan favourite IP, and it sounds like it's going to be Dead Space. So this is coming out of Jeff Grubb, who is a journalist and reporter who often leaks and breaks stories. He's got lots of contacts in the industry, and it's been supported by a number of other video game journalism outlets like Eurogamer, who were able to confirm some of these aspects of this story. According to Grubb, EA plans to announce the project at its upcoming EA Play event, which takes place in just a few weeks' time in July. And this could be a complete reimagining of Dead Space, so it could be back to basics, starting again from the beginning. But a very beloved horror sci-fi franchise could be big for EA this year to announce that potentially. What do you reckon?
Yeah, for sure. I think going back to its roots is going to be what it needs. It kind of got a little bit floated toward the ends of its life with whatever the late 2010s when the last one came out. All the microtransactions and everything coming in. But I think if they go back to the roots and just try making a more sci-fi game, sci-fi horror like the originals were, I think it could be a good hit, especially... I was going to say maybe they could even launch it around Halloween, but that means it's been worked on for a while in secret, and that would be a tough one, I think. Yeah.
In 2022.
I don't know if they kept Apex Legends under wraps for that long. Maybe they could do it with Dead Space.
That's true, they could. And it does sound like a bit of a change in tact at EA, which we've seen in a few games recently. They took a lot of flack for suggesting that single-player games weren't their business focus anymore. But in recent times, they have obviously reinvested in Mass Effect, and they've also put out Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which was single-player. So it seems like they're open to exploring some of those single-player franchises again, now that they're performing a little bit better, which is good to see, because not everyone's got friends, or sometimes it's hard to find friends online at the right time. So yeah, interesting to see where that one goes. Kim Swift has joined Xbox Game Studios Publishing as a Senior Director of Cloud Gaming. So she was previously at Stadia and formerly of Valve, where she led development of Portal, one of our all-time favourite games, I imagine, every one of us. So Kim's expected to head up a wave of cloud-native titles, the idea being games that are only possible on remote, hyper-advanced servers, like a rack of 30 Xbox Series X's working together in tandem, and then streamed to you from the cloud. Stadia was initially promising this sort of experience, the idea of cloud-native experiences being things that weren't possible on home consoles. But obviously, in recent news, we talked about this on the show a little while ago, they've since wound down their internals development on all their projects and all their studios. So it sounds like Kim's moved on, got the same kind of mission, but now within Xbox rather than within Stadia. And as we know from last week, Microsoft are rolling out xCloud, whatever they're calling it now, streaming to more and more members of Game Pass and more devices. So this could be a big move for the future. Probably not going to pay off in the short term, though, I wouldn't have thought.
Yeah, I'm very skeptical about anything cloud gaming. It's been promised for years and years, ever since the days of like, was it On Live or Live Now or something back in like 2000, the early 2010s. That's always something skeptical, but Kim Swift, I think that's a big get for the Xbox Game Studios. I think they're going to be more serious about it than the Stadia project kind of seems to be towards the end of its life at the very least. I think, hopefully, within the next few years, we'll actually see something that you can't do at home on a console, or even on your like high-end PC. I think that's what I would love to get out of some cloud native things, but I don't even know what that experience would be, and that's going to be exciting on
Yeah, it's hard to imagine.
At least for me, it's like what can't I already do? So.
You don't know what you don't know, Joe.
Yeah, exactly.
Some COVID-related news. I know we've talked about the pandemic a lot on the show over the last 12 to 18 months. But this week we're talking about Niantic, the creators and arbiters of Pokemon Go, which is the exploration game that you play on your phone where you walk around and catch Pokemon in the real world. When COVID-19 became a well-known thing, they obviously changed their game significantly because they didn't want to encourage people to go outside during a lockdown. However, they've this week revealed they're going to be introducing new exploration bonuses in the coming months, rewarding players for playing outside again. So kind of starting to reverse some of those COVID-19 changes as things begin to open up, as vaccination programs get underway in countries around the world. In a blog post, the developer said that as some parts of the world are moving towards recovery, it will be introducing new exploration bonuses in the coming months, rewarding players for playing outside, spinning Pokestops, and taking part in in-person raids. They're also going to be removing some of the bonuses it introduced last year to facilitate playing from home. So there was all these features they added for home-based playing, like increasing the effectiveness of incense in the game, so allowing you to attract Pokemon to your home rather than having to go out and find them, and reducing the interaction distance between a player and Pokestops and gyms. You haven't got to go as close to those real-world locations to get the rewards. Those bonuses are coming out, so I guess a good thing. It's reflective of the progress that the world is making on COVID-19, and an interesting development for Pokemon Go players. Anyone who's still playing that, must be some people, they're still making a lot of money. Must be people out like catching Pokemon all the time.
I know a lot of people that picked it up during COVID because they would go for like that daily walk and be like, oh, I'm going, within a mile of a Pokestop. Let me see if I can spin in and get whatever goodies are inside.
Yeah.
So, I wonder if they've picked up at least like some of the lost momentum they had after the year or so when it first came out.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The one thing that concerns me about this is I kind of hope they can do kind of regional scaling back, because while we're kind of doing okay here, maybe there are other parts of the world that are maybe about to start spiking again.
It's maybe a bit inappropriate in India, for example, at time of writing.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm hoping it's not like a global thing. It's like, oh, you've all got to get really close together everywhere in the world now. But we'll see when it comes out, I guess. Yeah,
we'll see, and hopefully they'll play it safe. They said these are going to be over several months, so hopefully we'll see that roll out gradually. Thanks so much for joining me for the news, Joe.
Thank you for having me.
Our news time is done, which means it's time to go to our gameplay segment. And this week I checked out A Way Out with Ben Gammon. This lasts for about 15 minutes, and stay with us because after this, Ben Gammon will be here in the virtual studio to talk all about the best trailers from E3 and Summer Game Fest, and we'll be playing some of them for you as well. So stick around and we'll see you again very soon.
Right. Catch you guys later. Thank you.
Hey, you're watching Etch Play with me, Adam Burt, and I'm joined for this prison escape adventure by Ben Gammon. Say hello, Ben.
Hello.
And we are playing A Way Out. This is a cult-focused game, as you can see. I'm on the left. I'm a guy called Vincent. You are a guy called Leo. And we're both in prison.
Yeah.
This is
what are you in prison for, Adam?
I don't know what I'm in prison for, actually. I guess we'll find out at some point. But this is the very beginning of the game, so we have no context over what's happening, really. We just press start, and we're in prison.
Hey, are you okay? What do you want? Stay strong. You think I'm weak? You think I'm a pussy, huh? Well, you're wrong if you do, because I fuck people up. I fuck them up real good. Got that? Yeah, I'm sure you do. Good luck.
fighting her every damn day. It's way too crazy in this joint.
It's quite an interesting mechanic, I guess, that you can, like, we're playing online, but you can always see what the other person's doing.
I don't want any trouble. Just leave me alone.
Relax, I'm just trying to toughen you up.
Oh man, I'm not the tough type.
No shit.
I've got to sign some paper. Thrilling action.
I wonder how like how far along one player can get before it forces the second player to do something.
Come here.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up with you?
Having the best day of my life, man. I'm telling you, best day ever.
Oh, I can see you.
Can you? Oh, is that me? Hi. It's me. You gonna break out of prison?
Mine too.
So you got beat up and robbed this club?
Yeah, twice. No breakfast.
Really?
Of course not.
Oh,
What do you take me for?
things about to get lewd over here. I'm taking my clothes off.
We get some music.
No, we're on Twitch. You can't do any copyrighted music. We'll get banned.
Oh. I'm getting frisked as well, so it's all going down.
Oh, I'm
gonna have to blur that
literally naked. I mean, I guess that is what happens in prison, isn't it? Don't do crime, kids. Otherwise, you'll end up like me. Oh, man. I mean, this is the thumbnail for the video right here.
Hey, guard. Isn't this enough? Sure, take all the time you need.
So yeah, clearly a game aimed at adult audiences, shall we say. Bit of swearing, bit of nudity. If you are below 18, please turn the stream off and apologise to your mum.
Oh, we
man.
jumped.
You two, break it up, now.
Harvey senses and cards. Fuck you and him.
My name is Williams, and this is my prison. Any questions?
Yeah. When are we allowed visitors in here?
This is very Shawshank Redemption.
Any other questions? Good. Welcome to your new home. We're done here. Good, man. Move out. We don't have all day. Go, 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 go!
I can follow what's happening.
Yeah, you can probably see me down there. I'm the naked guy who's not walking in a straight line.
Come on, get up the stairs.
This game is on Game Pass. It's where we're playing it today.
Meditation, man. What the hell's that?
It'll set you free.
Only thing that will set me free is walking
Let's
out.
go.
the
Get in
front
your
door.
cell.
It'll free you.
Get dressed.
You better stop taking those drugs.
You don't have to share your cell. Classy place.
Or maybe you'll be in my cell.
Close up 49.
Hey, Leo.
There's only one bed. So.
We could spoon.
Took you long enough.
Who is it?
I don't know, man. Some white guy.
Thanks for the update.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, got my cell, got my toilet. Can you flush the toilet?
Let's go. Inside.
Hey, relax.
I said do it.
Go. Hey, take it easy, man. What's wrong with you?
Close up cell 48.
You've gone to a full screen cutscene now.
You need to play this with 2 players. It's not possible to play with 1, as far as I know. I did try and start without Ben, and it forced me to bring him along.
Rightly so.
Leo,
What?
someone wants to talk to you.
Yeah? Who?
I don't know, man. It's over there. That's all I know.
going to be you, isn't it?
It's me. Do a dramatic camera spin.
Oh, look at this guy working out over here.
Oh, I can walk around too.
Did you? Let's get that pump.
Yeah, that's terrible form, mate. Terrible form. Oh, someone's having the Heimlich.
What the hell are these guys up to? What?
You working out?
Yeah, mate.
What's going on here?
He's a chiropractor. He's gonna fix my neck.
Cairo, what?
It fixes people up, snaps things back into place, you know?
Does it work?
Yeah, man.
Are you sure?
Adam,
this is just
does
a
this
way
guy
for
look
you to
like
get
he's
some close
having his
physical
neck
contact?
fixed?
No, he does not.
What?
Well, you know, from where I'm standing, it doesn't look too good. Looks to me like he's trying to snap some other things in place.
Whoa, what do you mean, huh? What do you mean?
Well, never mind. I'll leave you to it.
All right, thanks.
Okay, I think I know where you are. There's like a queue, some guys queuing by a gate, and I'm on the other side of it. Oh, here we go.
Let me go!
There you are. It's time to play.
Oh man, you're getting
That's
messed
my
up.
face.
What do you want?
Not my beautiful
It's not
face.
about what I want. It's about what Harvey wants.
That piece of shit better be happy he's on the outside.
He might be on the outside, but he still pays me good, huh? Fact is, he pays me really good to kill you. And I don't really like you. So it's a win-win situation for me. Yeah.
Not the sideburns.
Get in that new face.
Hey, what the hell? What are you doing?
Why have you just been dragged in this?
Just throwing me in.
Come on, motherfucker.
Oh, time to fight.
I'm seeing your cutscene and I tried pressing the buttons for some reason.
Oh yeah, I think it's your turn now. Oh no, you're just getting beaten up. There you go. Yeah, work him. Welcome to prison. And we should probably actually see what happens if you like do it wrong. Tell you what, the next one I get, I'm going to mess up on purpose.
I'm not going to counter one. I'm not going to. No, I'm not countering this. Maybe I should have countered it.
Is that game over? Oh.
We just have to do it again.
Okay, you've got to do it right. Now we know.
Oh, my 100% record. Damn it. Yeah, back-to-back fighting.
Yeah, this is like the Raid 2. Clearly, Joseph Fares, the director of this game, likes his prison-based action.
Order! Break it up before I put you all in solitary. Go on!
You better watch your back.
You! Keep moving.
Stay the hell away from me, okay?
I mean, thanks for nothing.
Yeah, right. Well, that was our, like, bonding moment. Like,
I thought so, yeah. I felt really close to you. We were fighting back to back. Character's not feeling it so far.
like, Are we going to get to eat some food in peace, or something else going to go down?
Come on, I don't got
Let's
no
find
time.
out. Let's make this the last bit of the video. We'll see if we can eat lunch.
Next.
The game's obviously quite cinematic, and yeah, a really kind of fascinating little co-op focused thing. You need a friend. If you don't have friends, unlucky. But if you do have a friend, why not check out A Way Out? Oh yeah, where are you sitting? I'll see if I can sit next to you.
Oh, I only just made it
Are
into
you in the queue?
Oh.
Yeah, you've got a queue for your food.
Oh, the guard's not letting me in.
How about you two lovebirds have a chat somewhere else? I want to eat.
Hey, is someone talking? No? Mm-mm.
You
I don't
stood
hear
there just with
anyone.
your tray.
Me neither.
Your food's getting cold, mate.
Have I got to sit down? Ooh,
now?
I wish I was watching
What
that.
are you doing? Ah,
Don't fuck with me when I'm hungry.
sure, damn. Go
I'm
ahead.
proper hangry.
Do you want some of my food? I've got food right here. Have some. You hungry?
What you got?
Uh,
You got some pie or something?
I've got brown sludge. You know, prison food.
Got some veg on there. That's good.
There you go. You can get your portion up here.
Is that it?
Yeah. What do you think this is? A goddamn restaurant?
Hey, you, here I come.
Oh,
Oh, my food's been thrown on the floor.
it's got a shiv.
My guy's always getting involved.
Oh no, not the kitchen. This always ends badly. Always ends badly.
Looks like we're going to stay hangry.
Here, take this.
That's a wildly dangerous way to give someone a knife.
Come closer. Let me carve you up.
Come on, scumbag.
Come on. Where you going? Now I got you cornered. Fuck you, man. Touch you. Come on. Come closer. Let me carve you up.
You know what she never did?
Come on.
Did you just throw a pot?
I'm just throwing things. I don't want to get stabbed.
Come closer.
Where are the guards? Honestly,
Yeah, it's not a very well run
Going on,
prison.
sir.
I'm not impressed. I'm giving this a... On TripAdvisor, this prison's getting a 1-star review.
Come on, what do you want? Who wants to die first? You? Yeah, come on.
I mean, that's crazy. Taking on the guards.
Come on. What the fuck did you do? Take this. Like this.
Well, maybe let's call it there, shall we? This has been A Way Out. I've been Adam Burt and he's been Ben Gammon. Thank you for watching, and we will see you again on a future Etch Play video. Take care. Bye.
bye.
Hi, you're watching the Etch Play weekly live show with me, Adam Burt, and I'm joined for this last segment by Ben Gammon. Hello, Ben.
Hello.
We are going to be going
Hello.
through all the best trailers from E3 2021 and the Summer Game Fest. So if you're not aware, these are both, well, E3 is a gaming expo, usually takes place in person. Didn't happen last year, and this year was an all-digital event, all streamed online. Lots and lots of trailers from various companies. Summer Game Fest is a kind of adjacent thing, which is technically not related, but happens at the same time, and it's also a place for game studios and publishers to unveil their new games and show off some trailers. And we thought we'd crunch the numbers and share some of the best ones. Sound good?
Hell yeah.
So right now at home, the viewers can see a little bit of Battlefield 2042, and this was unveiled actually shortly before E3. But it also did really well during E3. It appeared at the Xbox and Bethesda showcase with a gameplay unveiling. Actually, the second best performing trailer, this is the Battlefield 2042 one. And what do you think the first one is, Ben? What do you think the best performing trailer was from E3 and Summer Games Fest this year?
Was it Zelda?
Wasn't Zelda, but we will get to Zelda. It was Elden Ring.
Was it?
Yeah, so for those of you who aren't aware of what Elden Ring is, it's from a company called From Software, and it's written in part by George R.R. Martin, creator of the Game of Thrones series. So there's a lot of hype around it, a lot of expectation from Software, the creators of the Dark Souls, Bloodborne series. So they have a lot of fans as well. And it's been under the radar for a long time. People were starting to wonder if Elden Ring still existed, and they were overjoyed to find out that it does still exist and to see a brief glimpse of it at the Summer Games Fest kickoff live event shortly before E3 got underway. Are you excited for Battlefield 2042, Ben? I feel like this might be up your alley.
Yeah, I mean, this game looks insane. Like, the trailers. And that's before you even take into account, like, all the weather effects. The weather effects just look nuts in this game as well. It's going to be crazy.
It's going to be carnage.
I always get on YouTube those montages, those gamers are awesome ones. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
Battlefield always features a lot, but I can't wait to see some of the things that some people are going to do in this game.
Yeah, I mean, you can wingsuit your way through a tornado. Like, if that's not prime material for a Gamers Are Awesome video, I don't know what is.
Yeah. Or fling a quad bike at a helicopter.
Yeah. One of the trailers that we looked into this and we crunched some numbers mainly from YouTube, so to assess which trailers have really performed well from a variety of shows at E3. And this one was a surprise to me, so I thought it was worth mentioning. We're going to play a little bit of it as well in the background for you. This is a trailer for Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, and you may remember the film Avatar, a very huge, successful film and film franchise, if the stories be to believe, about the upcoming sequels coming to cinemas in the coming years. But I didn't think there was that much appetite for Avatar anymore. I felt like everyone had moved on from the movie with the blue people and the dragons and stuff, but apparently not, because the game trailer came out and it's done huge numbers on YouTube across several accounts, IGN, GameSpot, Ubisoft's official account. This comes out of Ubisoft, and it seems to be an open world game. I mean, it looks beautiful, it looks very, very visually rich, and I think it seems to be powered by some of the same kind of technology and engine perhaps that The Division is based on, so maybe a hint at what kind of game it's going to be. Maybe it's going to be a team-based, explore this world, take on missions kind of thing. But yeah, fascinating and kind of out of nowhere. Like, no one was predicting this game before E3 happened. Are you excited for an Avatar game, Ben?
I'm interested to see more about it, because you watch the trailer and it's kind of just the film. Like,
it's a shortened version of the film.
Yeah, but yeah, it looks amazing. And when I saw it on YouTube, the thumbnail, I actually thought it was Avatar 2. But yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it is Avatar 2. That's the secret all along. James Cameron's not even working on a film. He's doing it as a game. That would blow some minds. Speaking of things like Elden Ring that were a bit under the radar for a while, we hadn't heard from, and now are back on the radar. Starfield made an appearance at Xbox and Bethesda's conference, now announced as an Xbox exclusive since the Xbox Bethesda deal. Went down fairly well, but it also didn't show very much, I think it's fair to say. It's a very brief and nondescript trailer. It shows a bloke in space, or a woman in space, just hanging out in a spaceship. So not a lot of meat on those bones, but it has done well. It comes in as the 4th most popular trailer from E3. So it's clearly still got a lot of interest around it. I think Bethesda are one of those companies where no matter what they do, people will be at least a little bit interested in the first instance, because they've got a very historically high pedigree. I know they haven't necessarily hit that with Fallout 76 in recent years. But yeah, Starfield coming to Xbox and PC only. Apparently it's like Indiana Jones in space, which to me sounds like Han Solo from Star Wars. Isn't that what that is? But yeah, what do you make of Starfield? Are you excited for that?
I do love a space game. The trailer looks great. But like you say, you can't really get too much from it just yet. So I'm excited to hear more about it. But yeah, might be one for me, maybe.
Coming in 5th in our trailer ranking is Zelda Breath of the Wild, the sequel. It's as yet untitled. We don't yet have an official title for it. We don't think it's going to officially be called Breath of the Wild 2. We think it's going to have a new name, like most Zelda games have their own individual names. But this trailer was probably the highlight of an otherwise slightly lackluster Nintendo press conference in terms of new content, and shows the protagonist Link exploring a sort of sky kingdom, which is exciting for fans of the series to float about in some floating castles and explore some new temples. And this is an interesting fact, I think. So we also crunched or took a look at what the biggest shows were, and Nintendo was the biggest show of all. So peaked at 3.1 million live viewers tuned in, and some of their trailers, including this one, have gone on to have many more views than that. But in terms of live viewership, Nintendo were top, and this game was why people were there. This is what people were really hoping to see. If you're interested, the other studios, Xbox Bethesda was in second with 2.3 million live viewers. Following those two, Ubisoft attracted 1.4 million at their peak, and Square Enix, who we'll maybe talk about again in a second, had 1.3 million, and then Devolver Digital, who were always a little bit anarchic and on the sidelines, had 1.1 million peak max views for their stream. But yeah, there's a new Zelda, it's coming, it looks good, and no new Switch announcement just yet, but good times for Nintendo Switch owners if you're a Zelda fan at least. Or a Metroid fan as well, I should say. Are you a Breath of the Wild fan, Ben? Are you looking forward to this?
I am. This was actually the first game I bought for my Switch, so this is definitely something that I'll be buying. And that's actually why I thought it was going to be the most viewed trailer. But those are some big numbers from Nintendo. I think you said 500,000 people more watched that one than the second place.
Yeah, at their peak, yeah.
So yeah, a lot of excitement, I think, to that.
Yeah, definitely. It's also worth noting the impact that some of these shows have had on pre-orders. So retailer GameStop in the US has revealed its top-selling pre-orders following this year's E3 season. And this really surprised me, actually, and I'm guessing this is in large part to do with the changing ecosystem around pre-orders, but the games that are benefiting the most in terms of pre-orders aren't necessarily the ones that are doing the best trailer-wise. So Metroid Dread, which we also saw at the Nintendo press conference, is coming out this year, and pre-orders for that are incredibly high, so that's performed incredibly well. That tops the chart for the pre-selling from GameStop. Other games to do well are Guardians of the Galaxy, which is a new game that was unveiled at the Square Enix conference we talked about and mentioned, and Far Cry 6 as well, which was demoed at the Ubisoft conference and Xbox Bethesda. So lots of games benefiting from the attention that E3 and Summer Games Fest have brought on them. Elsewhere in the trailer top list, Stalker 2 we showed on the show a little bit last week with our E3 panel. Very popular trailer, and what's interesting about that is the big numbers for Stalker 2's viewership is coming from all around the world. So whereas a lot of these trailers are resonating really heavily in America and in the UK and some of continental Europe, Stalker 2 seems to be resonating worldwide with a kind of a broader global audience, which gives it into 6th place in the trailer rankings. So congratulations to them. Another surprising one after that, Riders Republic out of Ubisoft. I didn't think this looked like much, but apparently that trailer did it for people. People are excited about the combination of different sports on offer. It's kind of a spiritual successor to Steep, I guess. There's snowboarding in there, but there's also motocross and skateboarding, all sorts of things are in there. If you could ride it, it's in there. And then a couple of Xbox ones just rounding off the top list that we've got put together here. Forza Horizon has a 5th incarnation, which is coming this year as a surprise, and that takes the slot underneath Riders Republic. And lastly, maybe not as good as Microsoft would have liked, Halo Infinite's multiplayer reveal has done well, but it's failed to really, top the charts in terms of trailer viewership. They unveiled the multiplayer for Halo Infinite, which is going to be free to play, comes out this November alongside the campaign, and it does look good. If you're a Halo fan, I think there's a lot here to potentially like, but I think a lot of eyes will be on Halo Infinite, and there's a lot of pressure on this game to live up to Halos of the past, when it feels like maybe the market might have moved on a little bit in some ways, especially in the kind of shooter space. Definitely from a numbers point of view, you would look at the comparison between the Battlefield 2042 trailer views and the Halo ones, and you would say that's not favourable for Halo at the minute. But the game is going to be free to play. Halo is enduringly popular. Master Chief Collection still does pretty good numbers even after all these years. So It could be a big success, and I'm sure there's a huge marketing campaign yet to come for Halo Infinite as well that's yet to launch. Will you play Halo Infinite with me when it comes out, Ben?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say the play team have played a lot of Halo, and it is incredibly stressful for some of us. But yeah, I'm sure we'll give it a go.
Yeah, I think that'll be the telling thing. Will the play team play Halo Infinite, or will we go back to the Master Chief Collection after trying Halo Infinite?
Yeah.
And I guess that's the risk for 343 Industries as well. We wish them luck. It's a difficult thing to do a sequel to a very popular franchise. That brings us to the end for today's show. Thank you for joining me, Benji. I appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
No problem whatsoever. And we'll be back next week at the same old time of 4 p.m. We're here every Thursday. We're always here talking about the latest games industry news, views, sharing our opinions, and also doing some discussions around the world of games marketing as well. If you liked the show, if you like any part of the show, whether you like our gameplay or our interviews or any of that kind of stuff, why not give us a follow? If you're here on Twitch right now, there's a purple button in the corner. You can press it right now, and you'll be notified whenever we next go live. You can also find us on YouTube. It's a great place to catch up. It's like iPlayer, but just for us. And you can watch all the episodes. You can watch clips from the show of isolated bits that are particularly good. And yeah, there's loads of great content on there, including some interviews from previous shows. So check that out as well. And we'll see you in the future. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.